Daniel.
What's up, y'all, and welcome to another edition of Broad Street Blitz Take Leader Edition with the host, Leader Johnson, and your boy, Cool Cat Connor. What up, Leader?
What's going on, man? What's going on? Good day today. Ready to talk some football.
Yep. So start us off, Leader. What we talking about today? The Philadelphia
What's
Eagles.
going on, y'all? Listen. The Eagles beat the Chiefs. Eagles beat the Chiefs. 88 yards from Barkley, 101 yards from Hurts. Rushing touchdown. To really go on this, of course, there's always something in the Eagle game. Now, it's something in the Eagle game, and this time, it was good. Score 2017. Good hard fought game. Both defenses got down. The first thing we want to talk about is I like the way they definitely won the game. They definitely the defense is looking better and better. What we talked about the defense is going to be good. They're going to get better and better each game. They just look sharp. They look physical. Jahai Campbell looked great. Andrew Makuba, man, it was crazy to see him break out in that game. But we have the one issue, and that's Chris Jones talking mess. Jalen Hurts. That was crazy. That was crazy because just by me talking, in my opinion, that's a stressful reaction. You're 0-2. You're 0-2. You lost to him twice. Got blew out. Couldn't beat him this time. That was to even hear that said. I mean, it was the last kneel down, and he uttered that out like that. If that ain't bitter, if that's the most bitter thing ever, right? Soon as you know it's a kneel, that's when you say it. That's when you say it. And then he had 100 yards. He said, you don't even 100 yards. He had 101. So now we talking about mad thing. Like you could just tell the Chiefs are frustrated, real frustrated. And the Eagles, listen, not even playing their best. Man, the Eagles now what's scary about them is that little close games. They just know how to win. They wasn't scoring early last year. They're scoring early now. Like they're just a different team. But what has to happen is that no question. And Patudo, listen, he's just starting out. He's going to go in his bag.
Yeah, I was going to ask you this, Leader. Sorry to interrupt you about the Kevin Patulo thing. I was going to ask you about the Kevin Patulo thing because I see both sides, but I get it. Like this is Kevin Patulo's first year. We got to give him the benefit of the doubt. But of course, I get the other side where AJ Brown don't got 100 yards right now, or Smitty don't have it, or Saquon ain't rushing, bursting, or Jalen freaking Hurts don't got any touchdown passes or close to that. So go ahead on the Kevin Patulo thing, like you was doing.
It's not really an issue if we're winning. It's not an issue. Eagles always come back and fix problems. Every time the Eagles need to fix a problem, they do it. Every time Jalen Hurts has to answer after 2021, you have your job. I said he got to play MVP to keep his job. He did. Then we talking about last year when people was talking about him passing. I mean, Jalen Hurts always answers the call. Pittsburgh, Baltimore. I mean, the playoffs, the Super Bowl. He always answers the call. What they're doing is just winning right now. They're winning. And believe me, they hear you. So it's going to be answered. Listen, everybody's going to be happy again. It's going to be answered, especially this Rams game coming up. Batulo even said that, okay, we see that. We know what to do to fix it. He already said, listen, I saw my guy, shout out to Chase Sr., say one of his headlines, he was like, fire Batulo. That's crazy. That's we're 2-0. Fire is not even in question. We're 2-0. We won the Super Bowl. He was with Kellen Moore. Like it's to fire Batulo or move him or feel like it's a problem at the second game and we're 2-0. It's crazy. Just let it go. Just let it roll out. Now, if we were 0-2, if we end up being 2-2 right now, next 4 games, if we are being 2, if it looks like that, if this offense looks like that for the next 3 games, listen, it's nothing to really say if we're winning. I just feel like on that point alone, Mike McDaniel was mentioned as a replacement. That we need to. Why don't we go get Mike McDaniel? He has a question. He has a problem with keeping his job at Miami. I mean, I understand he's with Fangio and all that. No, that's the Eagles are okay. They're good. They won the 2 games. Everybody wants things to be perfect, wants to spark up. Until that's causing us to lose a game, there's absolutely no problem. And to end that notion on this, they're going to make it happen. The offense is going to kick up. You think they're going to go through 17 games like this after what happened last year? Just in A.J. Brown's weakest season, he had 1,000 yards. Smith could have had more yards, of course, but Barkley was breaking out. Do you think this offense is going to do this through the whole year? It's going to be a problem. And you're going to have some other games where they talk like this because he's not going to always come for y'all with these big games that y'all asking for. He's going to do what it takes to win. And I'm going to tell y'all right here, if it's taking him away from winning, he don't want to hear none of that. Neither does Barkley. They don't want to hear none of that. Even A.J. Brown is like whatever. For A.J. Brown to go on a podcast, actually answer questions about game 1. Like he actually answered it and was like, man, y'all don't even want to see what's going on. This is a whole different team. And of course, once again, to all the fans, they are going to have big offensive games. This is not going to be every game this happens. It's just how it is. And then another thing, how it starts to Smith was a different type of pass that usually they don't do that type of. And then if you look at the game, Patulo don't feel like he had to go in his bag of tricks because of how the other teams played. No, you're looking at 2 straight games where the number 1 receiver dropped the pass. CeeDee Lamb and Travis Kelce. In those games, in some games it was 4 where Nick Sirianni would have went for it. They don't do that no more. They train and Braden, man, Jesus Christ. Let me tell you something. That man can kick. He is doing he puts it right where it needs to be. I think they're just a different team this year. And y'all gonna get it, man. They're going right in the playbook and saying, okay, let's do this now. Let's do this. Let's start this. Believe me, it's going. Look, you see, A.J. Brown got the ball more. He got the ball 5 times. Then Smitty got the ball. All they're doing is figuring out the pieces, playing chess. It'll be okay.
Right. But I believe the offense will get fixed. Like, I ain't got no problems with it. Like. So let me ask you this, Leader. Your thoughts on Jalen Hurts, how he played? As y'all can see, I'm rocking the Love Hurts hoodie. As y'all can see, rocking my boy Jalen freaking Hurts, shooting my guy Rashid. So what's your thoughts on Jalen freaking Hurts the past 2 games and how he's been playing?
He's playing like a quarterback, playing like a leader. I mean, the first one, he was the reason why we won. I know the defense played good and all that and did their thing, but if it wasn't for Hurts, we wouldn't have been there. And you look at this game. When you needed a big pass, Hurts gave one. That's twice. Jahan Dotson was the first game, and then he finds a way to get it out. And then Jalen Hurts did also. This isn't a big thing right now. He didn't make any interceptions, no mistakes. Like it's not 15 for 22. It's like, listen, the game was won, and then we're playing the Kansas City Chiefs. It's Steve Spagnuolo. This time, this was that type of game. That's all it was. I think Jalen Hurts played like he was supposed to. He was like he was supposed to. That's it.
Right. So with that being said, so defense. Let's talk about the defense side of the ball because we talked about the offense.
Right.
Defense side of the ball kept Patrick Mahomes to 17 points, kept him on his toes. What was your thoughts on the defense side of the ball?
Excellent. It was crazy because Cooper Jr. had 8 tackles for a cornerback. He is really all over the fields. And Darius Smith, man, I was talking about him before the game. I said, listen, this is an immediate impact person. This is a 3-time Pro Bowler, 11-year veteran, a guy that says he still got a lot left like he's young. This guy wants to play, and he came right in there stopping the run, sack. Makuba had almost got him, and then Darius got him. And Nolan Smith almost got him too. Everybody was rushing. Everybody was getting there. Ojomo got a sack. Everybody was getting there to the quarterback, and they were giving him pressure, and that was the key. Everybody was saying they got to get. Remember, you was like they got to get to Mahomes. They got to Mahomes. They made him run around again. He was the leading rusher. That's crazy. The leading. You think we talking about, and we 2-0? What you think the Chiefs talking about right now? His first 3-game loss ever. Mahomes' first 3 games, and you talking about he led him in rushing? And then Travis Kelce drops a pass? And don't think that would have been, these passes y'all talking about would have won. No, that wouldn't have, there's no actual effect that would have gone the game. Like I could say, you have to play the Eagles for 4 quarters. Would have figured out some Fangio's been great this year. But yeah, the defense has been crazy. Makuba, man, there it is. Brown ain't getting back in there. Brown might get some snaps because he had 8% of snaps last game. He had 80% of the snaps. Cooper Jr. had 100% of the snaps. Quinyon Mitchell had 100% of the snaps. Guys are getting in there, and Bennett had 8% of the snaps. He got in there sometimes with Jackson. And Jackson played a solid game too. He played a solid game against these receivers. You could tell they were lacking explosion, and Philadelphia took well advantage of it. I mean, it was a good game. I felt like I think that's another thing about Chris Jones. He says only 100 yards. Man, how come y'all couldn't stop the Eagles?
Exactly.
101, 88. How come y'all couldn't stop the Eagles and win the game? How come you couldn't have 17 to like 13? Like where's that at? Since we're talking, I'm just talking about actual fact. If you're complaining about a win, a team that just beat you 3 times in a row, you were on all 3 of those teams. Chris Jones. What about you winning? What's going on? I remember the Super Bowl. If you remember, Cool Kid, do you remember how cool Chris Jones was looking during the Super Bowl? Yeah. This man was about to cry. He was literally, no, you have to look at him. No,
he was doing all this.
Yes, listen, we're talking about the beast, the guy, the game changer. He knew, him and Kelce looked at each other like they just knew it was over. Then you talking about what he was saying to the guys on the sideline. On one time, he was like, "Listen, you learn from losses. You learn from loss." That's what he was telling them on the side. You learn from losses. That's what you do. You learn from losses. Maybe so like I said, man, it's really funny how that made headlines. But it's 2 teams that are who are known and who are successful teams. So everybody wanted to see that, and then everybody wants to talk about the Hurts thing, but everybody loves to talk about. I think that's the thing people love to talk about. He's never going to do enough for the crowd. He's never. Yeah,
it's like, do you think Jalen is underappreciated because it's like no matter what this guy do, like there's always going to be that one person that will run their dang on mouth. So you feel like Jalen's underappreciated?
You know what? What he has is the LeBron James disease. The same thing with LeBron. LeBron, he can do whatever he want to do. He has done nothing wrong, nothing outside the field, but they find some way to make a subject something's bad about LeBron. Hurts literally says nothing to nobody. He does nothing but get married and win Super Bowls. He does nothing. He don't even want the statement he made by not putting on his ring. The statement he made by not putting on. You think that would be the poster child of who Jalen Hurts is, but they still have complaints. So listen, you never, this is real talk. You never are successful unless someone is coming down on you. You have to be, that's when you know you made it. Because just think, if nobody had nothing to say about him, he's not doing nothing. So Hurts is just one of those athletes. We don't know who's going to be it. We never know who's going to be it, but he has become one of those superstars because he is a superstar. There's no question. You want to call him a elite quarterback, or you want to call he's a superstar. How about that?
Yeah, for me, y'all know where I stand. I feel like he's underappreciated because everybody wants to talk about. I mean, listen to this: 94 WIPs guy thinks that Jalen should throw the ball more and take some risk. Like he if he throws the ball more and it gets picked off and we lose, then what? That was a bad throw by Jalen. And then you got people saying that the only reason why is what does this man have to do to get your respect?
You'll never be able to do enough. You'll never be able to do enough. That he's just one of those stars. It just what is what it is. Listen, and then you talking about
this. Sorry, leader, to interrupt you.
No, go ahead,
they want this man to throw for 4,000 yards and 40 touchdowns. Let me tell y'all something.
Who said that? Who said
that? A lot of people. They want their quarterbacks to throw for 4,000 yards and 40 touchdowns. A lot of people.
When you done,
let me tell you this. Let me say this, leader, and then I'll let you go.
No doubt.
For those people that wants 4,000 yards and 40 touchdowns, those are for three people. Nerds, losers, and other fan bases. Nerds, losers, and other fan bases. I live in a city where run the ball, and give it to your playmakers. So y'all forget we got Saquon Barkley. Shay Sean. We're not a pretty team. Go to Dallas for that. We are a gritty team. Go ahead, leader. I don't understand. 4,000 yards build up for nerds, losers, and other fan bases. Go ahead.
I want to add. I'm gonna tell the fan base to chime in with Cool K to capitalize more on that. Listen. Remember when Cam Newton didn't like him as an elite quarterback? You know why? You know why? Because he wanted to be a stat filler. But what does Cam Newton not have? I mean, Cam Newton is a guy. Listen, when you stack the stats. Those are only for analytic people. Those are only for analysts to read. Those are only for people to compare. That's not for winning. We're talking about the first two games, and you have no one. This is like y'all don't understand him not throwing enough. Do y'all understand that this is another new offensive coordinator, right? Another new offensive, and he's doing everything it takes to win the game. You're starting off. So you think he's not going to go back in the playbook and be like, change it? But he's doing everything it takes to win the game right now. So no, he's not going to stack. So you think he's just going to throw something that's not there that he doesn't see? He's going to throw something that he doesn't see. He's not comfortable with throwing instead of the comfortable pass that advances him. It's not like he's not getting first downs. He's getting first downs. Yeah. And then and another thing I wanted to talk about, the tush push part. Now that came out. That's a little crazy. They're saying, well, some people are saying it, came out that the only reason they won is because of tush push. What about all the other plays that they? Hold on, man. So you talking about 20 points came from the tush push? You mean they pushed the ball up the whole time, 1 yard plays? They didn't do plays to get them to the 1 yard that they have to make. They have to make plays that get them to that situation. So you're saying the only reason and another thing you got to say, you have to start saying this. Stop talking about the referees. That's their fault. Got nothing to do with the Eagles. It's the first time that this false start stuff even came up. Shout out to Jeff Saturday. He also broke it down. He was like, this is the first time it came up. If you can't, you have to get your defense. That's your defense's fault that y'all can't stop them. Yep. You know how crazy y'all look? You know how simple y'all look? Oh, the tush put. Stop it. Okay, go ahead and complain the refs, you're right. They need to do their job. And let's see what that impact does. But until that happens, what do you blame? You got a whole 60 minutes. 60 minutes. 60. And you mean to tell me it was all 1 yard plays? No, it's just like the hate. That's how you know the Eagles are at the right position in football. The hate, now they're 2-0. That means Jalen Hurts is 17-1 his last 18 games. If y'all don't, it's 17-1. He didn't get that by forcing the ball either. So I'm just like, it's a little, some of y'all is a little crazy. Some of y'all is a little talking crazy and y'all looking bitter. Y'all looking like, remember when San Francisco got beat by Philly in the playoffs and them fans went ridiculous.
Yep.
Where y'all at now? No, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say also, where y'all at now? Debo gone. Listen, Philly is doing everything the right way, so they're going to go through this. All the Philly fans they're going to go through this. I understand y'all want more. Yes, they're going to give you more points. They gave you Saquon Barkley. They gave you a Super Bowl. They gave you an MVP season out of quarterback twice. He was nominated for MVP until after the 10-1 in 2023. All of a sudden, he started to come out. Last year, he gave you less interceptions, less time. He gives you what you want every time. Every time. So it's just everybody calm down. If you're not an Eagle fan, I understand. I totally understand. But if you're a football analyst, just be a little bit. I mean, the Eagles did that last year. Did the same thing last year. And when he had to give you big games, he gave you big games. Like Hurts did everything he's supposed to do as a quarterback. The thing is, he don't do everything y'all want him to do. That's a little crazy. So what happened? Did y'all talk about the quarterbacks that ran the stats up and forced the throws and lost the game?
Where was those quarterback? Hey, Lita, before we move on, and trust me, we're going to talk about the Rams next. Those quarterbacks that threw for 4,000 yards and 40 touchdowns, was they any of them in the NFC Championship game or the Super Bowl?
No. It was crazy how they was putting a rookie over Jalen Hurts at one time, right? It's putting Jalen Daniels.
I just want to know, any quarterback that threw for 4,000 yards and 40, was any of them in the Super Bowl?
No. Joe Burrow had the biggest. He didn't even make it to the playoffs. We talking about Jordan Love. Everybody loves Jordan Love. He didn't make the NFC Championship game.
Really? Keep going.
Stafford was another one. Stafford, who did Stafford go against? He was stopped by somebody. He was a random team. He was stopped by. Wasn't it twice? The season in the playoffs. I mean, it's a little crazy. I just think people need to realize, calm down. If we get to the 8th game and he's 101 yards, y'all can talk. But we 8-0, then we got to figure out how to get this done. You know what I'm saying? But come on, calm down. A Super Bowl is there. The Super Bowl is a modern, iconic Super Bowl ring. It's a great team, man. It's a great team. But yeah. I understand. They do need to do more with the offense. They do need to do more and get it going. But they're going to get it going, man. I got all the confidence in Batuto. All the confidence.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and preview this game versus the LA Rams coming up before we wrap up. So talk to me, leader. What does the Eagles must do for this game? And if you got a prediction, talk to me.
Well, I know the one thing. I think you feel it. Once you start stepping on Hurts and saying what he can't do, he does it. Expect a big game out of Hurts. Also, I think AJ Brown, Smith. I think a lot of the receivers, you're going to see a lot out of the passing game. Whoever it is, that's a big guy. AJ Brown's one. I mean, he's AJ Brown. These guys are going to have 100-yard games. They're going to have big games. I think now they're asking for Hurts to do that. And Batulo was in the playbook, just like Batulo said when they had the interview with him. It's going to happen. Another guy, I think we're all forgetting. He seems to have a buffet against him. Saquon Barkley is coming to town. The last 2 games, 200 yards. I think that was the craziest thing to me the whole season. You want to talk, not even the back was jumping. This man had 200 yards plus against these guys in the season and the playoffs. Do you think their defense is not right now like, oh my God? And they're not they're a good defensive line. That's a great defensive line. But they're not like Spags. They're not like Spags. And believe me, the offensive line is starting to open up more holes. They got more comfortable last game than the game before. So look, be scared. This offensive output going to be crazy. And I love the Rams. The Rams are good because Avante Adams is going to be a problem. I think he's a good receiver to have out there. But Kyron Williams and Puka, I just don't really see that as a loss right now. I don't see this game as a loss. I said the two I picked, but I think I need to see the offense, and it's going to be a defensive showout. I think that to be real, cool cat, if you're looking at the Eagles defense, just to me right now, they're better than last year.
Yeah,
you see what they're doing.
Yep.
The second half is a nightmare for teams. It's a nightmare. They shut them down to 3 points. Nothing last. Like I just think what's scary about them is that they're young. They have a good vets in Jackson and Smith. I like the vets, but they're young. These guys are just scratching the surface. Nolan Smith, they just keep on taking. Nolan Smith is going to get sad. I think going to get 10. He's constantly getting to the quarterback, constantly. And another roughing the passer call that was. I don't know about these rules. These rules is crazy, man.
Right.
I don't really like. I didn't see it. If anybody saw that roughing, there's another one on Nolan Smith. I just don't get their part. And another thing about the CeeDee Lamb, I just wanted to say real quick about CeeDee Lamb and Kelce dropping those passes. It's not just that they're making mistakes. Do you know what else? Credit the defense for making. And they can say what they want. They are intimidating receivers.
Yeah,
they are making them. When CeeDee Lamb was against Cooper for their last play, he jumped for the ball. He didn't have to. Usually a receiver go right up under it. Boom. He jumped because he knew he wasn't running with him. Now you're talking about Travis Kelce, Reed Blankenship. I mean, he knows that the Eagles, as great as Travis Kelce is, Hall of Famer, he knows this Eagles defense is no joke. And these guys are something. So he wasn't mentally prepared to catch it. Usually he right there. Listen, if there was nobody on him and he was wide open, he would have caught it. But it was a man behind him. And he didn't get it together quick enough, and boom. This defense is shaking people up. So what it's doing, and it's winning games. Great interception from Akuba. I thought he was going for Josh Simmons called him. It was like, yeah, Josh Simmons called him. But yeah, man. If you wanted me to tell my score, let me say my score. Honestly, I can't do nothing but say 30. I can't do nothing but say 30, 33 to 17. And I've been saying, you know, I've been wrong. I was wrong in Kansas City. I see that, you know, but now it's a cry to answer this. Now the media is talking about it. And when Jalen, it happens every time when Jalen is told, just look back, look at your resume. When he is told to answer the call and he is being pressured and there's an issue. Remember the A.J. Brown issue. Remember, here comes Baltimore. Can they beat Baltimore? Can A.J. do it in 2022? He did. This is what he does. If anybody, while y'all looking at analytics, why don't y'all look at that one? When he is told to answer the call, he answers it. So look for this big game. I think this is a big game. Now, if we come back next week on Broad Street Blitz Take Leader Edition and we sit here and it's like that again, now it's a problem. Now it's a problem. Now you're going to see me say, okay, we need to fix things. But now you're calling on them. And I think it's going to happen, man. I mean, we called on looking at the game, the next game, we called on A.J. Brown to at least get more catches, at least catch the ball more. And they tried that. You know, now he has to get it 100 yards, 80 yards. We need to see 60 yards at least.
That's what I'm saying. Around 60 yards for me, for both him and Smitty. Saquon should have close to 100. Jalen should have close to 200. For me, man, give it to your playmakers. Don't force nothing, right?
I think, never force nothing. That's crazy,
don't force nothing. Don't do what all the media wants you to have a light show. Don't do that. Just take care of the ball. Give it to whoever's open. Take what the defense give you. This should be a Saquon Barkley type of game because Saquon feasts on this on the Rams defense.
Eats them up.
And on offense, block and know your coverage. Like that first play versus the Chiefs should have been a bomb up the head though, the A.J. bomb to shut everybody up. But Grant Calcaterra missed his position, hence the fumble.
He sure did. Yep.
So Grant and offensive line, protect the king, know your position, and take care of the ball defensively.
I want to say this on the forcing the ball issue. My thing is this: at what time during the game do they need to force a throw?
Only because they're talking about, AJ Brown, he don't have this many yards. Devontae Smith, he don't have this. Jalen Hurts only have 100 yards passing from that rock.
When were they behind? See, it's different when you're behind. They were in control.
It's only because Devontae Smith and AJ Brown don't got that much receiving yards, and Jalen Hurts only threw for 100 yards.
I'm just telling people, like, they were never behind to have to force anything. They were always in control near the clutch time of the game.
Well, they don't care. They want AJ Brown, Devontae Smith to have close to 100 yards receiving, and they want Jalen freaking Hurts to have 200 yards.
Don't say force the ball. Don't say force the ball. Say get him the ball and get another play. Don't say force the ball. That's a little crazy, man. They are crazy, man. Yeah, that's
exactly. So, but on the defense side of the ball, though, you got Puka, you got Devontae Adams, and of course you got Matthew Stafford. Right. You got to get some sacks, fumbles, and interceptions, man, because you know they're going to throw. Yes? All right, leader, I hold the fort down. My score prediction is 30-20. I'll continue on when I get back. Hold the fort.
Got you. Yeah, man, thinking about coming out to this game, what I want to say is that I'm really not scared of the defense. Just the defensive line against Jalen Hurts is going to be something. But I don't see the defense doing anything. I mean, they're going to play tough, but their defense is not for this offense. Their offense, and they're playing their worst the last two games, and this offense still gets the ball where it needs to get it. And what's going on now? They can talk all they want to about the tush push, but come Sunday, you have to prepare for it. Go ahead and complain all you want, but you have to prepare for it. So if you feel like the referees are missing it, tell them to call it. Be on their butt, tell them to call it. Before the game, tell them that. That's not going to change the Eagles' game plan. It's not going to change the game plan. The game plan is to win the football game. They're going to do that. They're going to do many things that they still were doing. They're just going to improve. Yeah, listen, Chiquita, I like the offensive coordinator. It's no question. He's been here. Listen, he's been here. He's Nick Sirianni's one of his best friends. Last year, he helped call the offense with Kellen Moore. So we got to give him that credit too. The thing is, now he's the sole offensive coordinator. And he has to make the calls himself. He don't come to help. He don't come to chip in no more. So he just got to listen, it's a great way to start 2-0 when you ain't been your best as an offense. That's great. So I just say this. It's not the time to panic. Let him have a whole season. Don't think he's going to – no, I don't think he's going to be Brian Johnson with the Eagles. Brian Johnson was better with the Redskins. And he's having some problems now, but I don't think he's going to be that bad. Yeah, people are crazy. They're being fans.
Of course they are. So my score is 30-20, and just give it to your playmakers. Stop the run, stop the pass on the defense side of the ball, and come out of there with a win by any means necessary.
I just think I was just saying about the defense. I just don't think the defense can stop this offense. It's not. They're a good team, man. But and I think also Jalen Carter. Listen, Jalen Carter being back got people loose in that defense. That defense, they were running around. I think Jalen Carter's going to have a heck of a game.
Yep. So we'll talk about all that more next week, y'all. So listen, we will be back. We will have a special guest. Jenna will be back next week. So make sure y'all tap in for that. So, any final thoughts, leader, before we wrap up?
The two people I'm gonna do my offensive and defensive. I think Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown.
Yep.
And them my two. I mean, of course, Barkley. People want to say that, but I'm gonna say AJ Brown and Hurts are gonna have a show. They're asking for him too much. They're gonna come out. On defense, I think it's Jalen Carter and Zach Bond. I just think Zach Bond been good, man. He's been real good, and I think he's going to influence the game. Real good. Jahai Campbell is playing lights out. Like that's a little crazy that Eagles did it again. It's like 4 years in a row of steals. Like these guys are ready on game day. They're not just being developed. They're ready on game day, man. So yeah, good.
Right, and I'm with you on that. Jalen, AJ, Saquon, Zach Bond, and Jalen Carter for me too. So, yeah. So, all right, y'all. We'll be back next week to give y'all our thoughts on the Rams and preview the Tampa Bay Bucks. So for Leader Johnson and your boy and Shakia, fly, Eagles, fly, go Birds. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.